Live. Let's go live. Hey, we're here. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to Stock Markets with Bruce. I'm your host. Um, sorry, this is it. I'm your host. I'm Uncle Bruce, and what I do around here is kind of weird. I have basically for the last 2 years, I sit in front of a computer that has a camera on it right here, so that I can say I want to rock. And good morning, everybody. I'm in a bedroom in an apartment in Calgary, in Canada, Alberta, Canada, and where, by the way, it's 42 degrees outside right now. 42 degrees right now outside in Calgary, raining, sleet. Out of town towards Banff and Lake Louise, it's snowing. This is June the 20th, in case anyone's curious. It's June 20th, 2023. Global warming, my ass. Anyway, I'm in Calgary. And I'm a very good-natured guy. I'm a very happy person, except this morning with the weather. And I try to explain to viewers crazy enough to want to watch a balding, I mean, seriously, guy has no hair left on the top of his head. It's the Jean Chrétien haircut. Have you noticed that? That's what I've noticed. It drives me nuts. It's the Jean Chrétien hairstyle. I swore I would never have it, but I got it. Where you got, I'm almost a comb over. I'm only a little hair away from a comb over, but anyway, they're looking at a guy that is fit for radio. And I can tell you that a lot of my viewers just listen to me. And it's the best thing they can do for themselves, because their psyche is destroyed when they hear about this guy, Uncle Bruce, that talks about the stock market and how you can make money writing options and stuff. And they clue in, they come in to watch him, and then they go, ew, there's not much to look at there. And then he's got these goofy things behind him that makes no sense. What is this channel all about? Basically, this channel is to try to help you figure out in plain English what the hell is going on out there in the investment world generally, and what's going to affect it. And on top of that, we here talk about writing options on shares, on stocks, or on options themselves, options on options, to make money in our accounts. We're here to make money. We've made friends. There's no question about that. There's a lot of friends here. There's a lot of people you'll note on the comment section. If their name is highlighted in green, okay, and there's a little avatar beside them, the deal is that these folks are members of the channel. They're so addicted to this idea of making money. They've really bought into the idea of, I kind of like making money. I'm going to become a member of this guy's channel. They become members of this channel. And this allows them a number of perks, the least of which is once the market starts going here, only members can comment on the commentary box here. If they are a gold bagel member, if there's two levels of membership, this level here, if you become a gold bagel level member of this channel, you have already joined me at 8 o'clock this morning for the trade update show, the trade alert show. You get that every day we're on the air. And on Wednesday nights, 6 o'clock Eastern time, prime time with Uncle Bruce for Gold Bagel members only, where every Wednesday you can ask me directly, what do you think about this trade? What do you think about this position? What should I do with these options? Or I'm thinking of writing options and I've got these shares and I'm wondering, should I sell the shares and buy deep in the money calls and then write calls against them? And if I were, should I do those or this or that or anything else? Or I wrote calls a couple weeks ago. The stock has moved on me. I'm wondering about rolling them over. What do you think? That's what we do Wednesday nights around here with Gold Bagel members. And then Monday to Friday, generally Monday to Friday, except this Monday, we're on the air 2 hours every morning, and I'm on the air 8 o'clock in the morning for Gold Bagel members. So if you are a newbie here, welcome to the party, pal. Nice to have you here. if you really want to be part of this group, the best part about it is if you're a member of this channel, while the markets are zinging along here, you have a question for me about something happening in the market, you'll post it right here in the comment section. But chances are, I might not get to your question fast enough because I'm already reacting to comments and making my own. By the time I get to your question, you may have already received 4, 5, 10, 12 answers from other members who are here already, and they're reading your comment as well. So members help members along with what I can do on top of everything else. And that's the best part of this channel. The community here is the best YouTube channel. We try to treat everyone with respect. Men and women are welcome here. And men and women make just as much money on this channel. There's no difference. It's not like guys make more money than girls. It's pretty exciting stuff. Welcome all to the show so far. And thank you to those of you right now who are already hitting the thumbs up button to give the show some momentum. I thank you for that. If you can hit the thumbs up button right now, that would be a really, really good thing. We like to get 200 thumbs ups every show. And usually we get the 200 during the 2 hours. But boy, when we get the 200 before the market even opens, the algorithmic computers in San Francisco for YouTube, they go crazy. Smoke starts coming out of the servers. What's up with that channel? Why is it that puny little tiny channel that has a balding guy running it has so many thumbs ups versus how many people watch that channel? Normally, you need 5,000 viewers to get 300-400 thumbs ups on a live show. Why does he get 200 thumbs ups when there's only like 220, 250 people watching this guy? What does he give them? What is he sending? Is he sending them something in the mail that we should know about? Anyway, I love it, and I thank you all for helping out. It makes a massive difference. If you let me know what number you are, it helps me keep track of where we're at. Home Skillet, number 54. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that very, very much. Look, I made a video yesterday. I can't take 3 days off and not be involved with this channel. I mean, it drives me nuts. And I caught an article yesterday morning that caught my attention, and I thought, I'm going to make a video about this. This article is kind of cool. I don't know if the guy or girl who wrote the article is right or not. But I thought, this article got me thinking, and I got my pen out and I got my calculator going on my iPhone here, and I started doing some Google searching, and I came up with some interesting stats. And I decided I'm going to make a video about this because I can do whatever I want. It's my channel. So I made a video yesterday about the stock C3.ai Incorporated. Stock symbol AI, the greatest stock symbol right now in the market. It's the best. The other greatest stock symbols out there over time were T for Bell telephone, F for Ford, GM for General Motors, C for Chrysler or Citibank. There were some really cool symbols out there, but this stock symbol AI, I mean, what do you want? Artificial intelligence. Anyway, the article that I'm referring to was in Market Watch, and it was basically I don't know, an analyst, I guess, an observer of the markets, asking and commenting. Here are 7 companies that could be worth $1 trillion each in the future. And one of those 7 was AI. Mentioned that AI could be $1 trillion market cap company. And I thought that was interesting because today AI is a $5 billion market cap company. And if they became 10 times more valuable than they are now, they would be a $50 billion market cap company, which of course would put their stock at $450 a share. If they were to be 100 times more valuable than they are now, they would be a $500 billion company, and the stock would be $4,500 a share. And if they were to double that, go to $9,000 a share, they would be worth $1 trillion market cap. So I thought, well, here's an interesting article. Here's a guy, girl, person, whatever, talking about AI could be worth $9,000 a share. And it's trading at 45. And it just so happens that I've been talking about AI for months on this channel because one of my viewers, Credit Savage at Wall Street, mentioned this stock 6 months ago. And we kind of picked it up a little and we started following it. And one thing led to another. And now all of a sudden, we talk about this stock a lot around here. And what I find really interesting, I just get such a kick out of this part of the story because when I went on the air here full time every day, starting in late January 2021, when all of you were locked up at home and you were day trading on your little phones for the first time, some of you never traded before, I attracted hundreds of thousands of viewers in the first month that I was live because these folks were looking at this old fart who knew everything about the market that they didn't know, right down to the really basic stuff like what's a buy order, what's a sell order, what's a market order, what's a limit order, what's a good till canceled, what's X dividend date mean, and all the basic questions that were coming up from the market. And I answered those questions and I tried to keep track with you. And I talked about GameStop because that's the reason why I went live and why people wanted me to go live is to talk about the GameStop and explain to us what's going on. Because these terms that these Wall Street experts are using on these television networks and these fancy-dancy journals that come out of Wall Street and the papers and all these, technical writers and analysts, they use words we don't understand that make no sense. And I haven't got time with my kids at home and me trying to do a job at home and I'm trying to do some investing. I don't have time to figure out what all this garbage means. Can you just tell me, Bruce, in plain English, what the heck is going on? And that's how I started going live. Well, back then, I was talking about GameStop and talking about AMC and talking about all the other meme stocks that were dominating the markets. And remember, in January 2021, we were still 10 months away from the top of the bull market. We were not yet at the tip of the bull market. That came in October, November of 2021 for the whole indexes, the Dow, the NASDAQ, the S&P 500. So here I was talking about GameStop, and I'm talking about the short position of GameStop, and I'm talking about how short sellers had sold GameStop into the ground, and they had held stock against this thing from the 50s, the $40 range, the $30 range years ago, back in the 2015, 16, 17. I was talking about the shorters crushing that stock, and it got down to $2.80 a share, and they still did not buy back any of the shares that they had shorted at $50, $40, $30. What more do you want as a return on your money? I was asking, and the stock was around $4, $5, $6 for a while in the summer, fall of 2020. I made a video about how overshorted the stock was, and someday there could be a short squeeze if this doesn't get corrected. And sure enough, no one did a damn thing, and no regulator stepped in and did anything about anything because it was Wall Street that was attacking the stock. And if Wall Street was attacking the stock, it's all legitimate. There's nothing to investigate in Congress if Wall Street shorts the crap out of a stock. They don't even have to report it. They don't even have to tell the market that they are the shorters of the stock. That's how trusted Wall Street is by the Washington elected folks over there. And that's because, simply put, the Wall Street guys are the guys who are funding the super PACs that elect these people back into Congress and the Senate, who are on these select committees. The banking committee, all these committee members on the House and the Senate are backed by super PACs, which are funded, dramatically funded by invest interested parties that are in the investment business, very interested parties. And that's why you don't get to see stock reports, SEC filings of who's shorting what, unless someone admits it. And yeah, there are hedge fund guys out there who love to talk about the fact that they short stock. They promote it. That's how they do their business. They short a stock and then announce to the world that they shorted a stock, and then they tell you the reasons why it's a bunch of garbage and you should join in. They're just trying to catch momentum. They're buying back while they're sucking you in to short it with them. Wall Street, Congress isn't going to investigate that. That's legitimate business. That's quite all right. God help you out there, any of you out there, if you ever talk to 10 people at the same time and decide to buy a bunch of stock in a company because you like it, and then announce that as a group, you will be investigated by Congress in a heartbeat, because none of you folks are from Wall Street. None of you are from big brokerage firms. And by the way, we don't recognize any of your names on any of the super PAC donor lists. We're gonna have to investigate you people. And so there was an investigation on GameStop. And where did it go? Nowhere. Who was charged with insider manipulation, fraud, and everything else? Nobody. Welcome to the real world. Now, here we are with AI. The company has 108 million shares outstanding. GameStop used to have, what was it, 70 something million outstanding. There are 90 odd million free trading. GameStop had 55 million free trading. There are 32 million shares short on AI. There were 70 million short on GameStop. And this stock is $45 a share. And that stock went from the 4s to the 10s to the 20s to the 40s to the 60s, and went all the way up to $300+ a share until the Wall Street brokerage community forbade the investors and anyone else out there from buying this stock. GameStop was not allowed to be purchased by anybody. Nobody could buy it. And they let that go for like a week. And the Congress did absolutely nothing. And the SEC, with all their investigative powers and all of their rules and all of their fining ability and all of their suspension ability, they did nothing with regard to that whole shenanigan. Nothing. And who did the authorities blame for the GameStop thing? Retail investors. You stupid manipulating bastards have the audacity to try to make money in the stock market. That is the purview of Wall Street elites. How dare you come in to our little turf here? We have jets. We have country club memberships. We have the life, man. How dare you try to come in here and make a couple of bucks yourself? Stay the hell out, or we're going to send Congress after you. And so here we are with AI. AI is being shorted by Wall Street. AI is being purchased by Wall Street. AI is a Wall Street darling stock. This is the bottom line with AI. AI is not a meme stock. AI was not created at $2 a share and pumped up to $45 a share by meme investors. No, there's a battle royale going on. There are multi-billion-dollar players on both sides of this AI market going at it right now, and have been for months. The stock right now is $45.09. The 52-week high on this stock is $48.87, set on Friday. Just a few days ago was the high of the year, 52-week high. The all-time high of this stock was when it was an IPO. This was never a SPAC. This company went public through an initial public offering. And it ran up to the $155, $160 level in the first few days of listing. This was a Wall Street darling issue that the street was all over in 2021, all over it. And like dozens of others, as you are well aware, dozens and dozens of other companies were taken public by the Wall Street boys. And the folks at CNBC used to have on their screen, you'd see like maybe up here a countdown meter to when the IPO was getting done. And then they would have a countdown meter when it would start trading. And then on the bottom here or on the bottom here, they'd have what they called a bug. And they would show you the pre-market price of the stock before it opened for trading on the New York or NASDAQ exchange, whichever one. This is New York listed. And with the countdown thing, and they would have that, indicated bid ask showing on the screen on the day of listing after the IPO. You remember those days? Those are the good old days in 2020, 2021. We had all the NBC personalities on the floor of the stock exchange in New York with the senior listing officers talking about and trying to explain to you how and why a stock that was purchased by insiders and friends of insiders and Wall Street, the connected hedge funds and pension funds, they were buying these shares 10, 15, 20 bucks a share, dozens of these IPOs. And then 6 months later, they would do an IPO at 40, 45, 50, 60 bucks a share. And then when the stock came to the market, it would open at 90, 110, 150 a share and would run to the stratosphere. And all of it was legit. Nobody raised a single peep of opposition anywhere except those of us over here going, hey, wait a minute, what? I didn't get a chance to buy any of this stuff at 10, 20 bucks a share on private placements 6 months, a year ago. No one called me from my brokerage firm to get me into this IPO. I couldn't even get 100 shares of this stuff. I have to buy it on the open market. That's the only time I can get into these stocks in the open market, when the stock will open at 10 to 15 times higher than the private placements from a year ago, or triple, quadruple the price of an IPO. Now I'm allowed to buy it. And people did. This is the stupid thing about it all. This is the most unbelievable of the unbelievable. There were gazillions of people buying up the stock on the first days of trading because they wanted to make money too. And the thinking was, well, I'll pay 150 bucks for this and I'll sell it for 170. I'll make a quick 20 bucks a share. I'm a genius investor. I'm really good at this. And there were a lot of day traders who got sucked into these IPO trades time and time and time again. And as long as the market kept going up to new high levels on the bull market, as long as that kept going, this game continued. And as long as Wall Street could issue bonds to all their corporate accounts and raise money for any company that wanted to raise money, like Ford Motor Company raised billions of dollars for zero interest rates. Zero. All they had to do was offer a conversion piece to the bond that allowed an investor to convert the bond into stock at 40% higher than the stock's trading at right now in a bull market at all-time highs. Who was it? Wall Street Bets. They raised $1 billion for zero interest on a bond offering. What? There were companies out there raising money at 0.5 percentage point to 1.5 percentage point with conversion terms that were ridiculous. No investigation by anyone anywhere. No banking investigations. No. The Treasury didn't care. The Federal Reserve didn't care. This is business. This business being done by the biggest Wall Street bankers in the world, by the biggest bankers in the world. So it's got to be legit. And so the game continued, multiplying forward. The only investigation that Congress had on national television was on GameStop. That was the national obsession. GameStop. Welcome to AI, the world of AI. You are watching right now a Wall Street-led run on a stock that one analyst said over the weekend could go to $9,000 a share. That is, that kind of talk is the kind of talk that Wall Street was investigated, or the Congress investigated on GameStop. Remember when GameStop was a meme stock and it went up 20, $30 a day every day for a while, the talk was that GameStop would go to $1,000 a share. Only $1,000 a share is what GameStop was supposed to do. Here is an article about 7 different companies. This one is supposed to go to $9,000 a share. Welcome to meme 2.0. It looks like Wall Street has figured out, you know what our next game is going to be? We're not going to do IPOs. That's not where the money is for us. We're not going to issue bonds. That's not where the money is for us, because we have to raise money with a lot of interest rates here. We can make a killing getting into deals like this. Why don't we get into the AI bandwagon? And why don't we advise our clients to use the term AI in everything they do? So on Friday, Kroger grocery stores was holding some kind of was it their annual meeting or something like that? I can't even remember what it was. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. But what was relevant was they used the term AI in their annual review of how they're doing as a grocery store chain. They used the term AI. Oh, we're going to be far more profitable because of AI. We're adopting AI programs within our supply chain and distribution networks. The customers are going to find that the customer experience is going to be greatly enhanced due to the AI we're bringing on board. As if they invented it, as if this is their thing. They were told by their backers in Wall Street, use the term AI in everything you do. Like your bathrooms at the executive offices have AI toilet paper. We don't care. Just any way you can do it, please use the term AI. In the meantime, the AI shares themselves are 45.18 this morning on the open market. And there are 33 million short, 35%. And now the question is, how many billionaire clients are on one side of this story through Wall Street connections, and how many billionaire clients are on the short side of this story through Wall Street connections, and who's going to come out on top? In the meantime, meme investors, of which there are millions, the meme army, there are millions out there. There's 226 here. Apparently, you're all memers, by the way. All of you are apparently memers, because if you're watching me, you're a meme investor. There are millions of meme investors out there who are trying to figure out what's with this AI thing. Nvidia's gone crazy. Apple shares are up. IBM shares have improved. Microsoft shares are higher. Other stocks like Oracle and others are higher. Here's AI. There's this company called Unity. There's another one, UPath. There's Kathy Woods with her funds, and she's into AI big time. And we're hearing all this talk about this is it. This is the direction of software, chips, computers, hardware, cloud computing, storage, everything. I don't understand why Spire hasn't gone to $10 a share. Spire should be $10 a share. They're going to handle all the data between the ground and satellites that they manage. This AI technology and AI knowledge has to do that. You can't not send it to space and bring it back down. I'm waiting for that to happen. Maybe that's next week's story. I don't know. But AI, question mark. Can it go to 100 a share? That's all I'm asking. They say 9,000. I'm saying, can it go to 100? Because if it goes to 100 a share, and a bunch of you here who watch me all the time are sitting on $20 and $25 deep in the money calls on this stock that you're buying at the 90-10 rule. I mean, some of you are buying this on the 91% rule. It's unbelievable how cheap these contracts are for you guys to get. I'm thrilled. And the fact that you can write $50 or $55 calls against this stuff for 3 to 6 months out and bring in gobs of money, I love this. When will the street really take off on this? And would the meme community get into this? Because if I'm right, and there are 5 million meme investors out there laying in the weeds, and we're all like crocodiles, we're all in the water, but the water is still. And all we're waiting for is a little deer to come along and come to the shoreline for a little drink of water on a hot, sunny day. And all we're waiting for is just for that little nose to come into the water so we can grab it and take it into the depths and chew it up. What is this AI all about? When do those meme investors, those crocodile investors, come in here and just grab this stock and choke it to death and tear it apart and run this thing to $100 a share? Then what? Because my guess is if this thing goes to $100 a share, it's going to $500 a share. Because once the lid is off, the nice sophisticated lid of controlled trading and market making, matching of orders and all that is all great, But once this thing starts to run, they can't stop it anymore. You'll have trading halts. And then you'll open up $10 a share higher or $5 a share higher. You have another trading halt, and you'll open up $4 or $5 a share. What now? Will Wall Street blame the meme crowd for doing that they got in the middle of their little game? Or are they going to be right in on it along with everybody else? I suspect the latter. They're going to be right in on it. I think there's a ton of players out there who are getting ready to party on this stock. And the company, I don't think, will disappoint anybody. I really don't. I don't think that AI is going to come out and go, yeah, our software isn't working too well. It's just not working out. No, their software is working very well. Their software is being customized for their clientele, and they have some serious S&P 500 clients, Dow 30 clients, the Defense Department of the United States. They have some very, very senior clientele, serious clientele. Long-term contracts, juicy multi-million-dollar deal all over the place. This company is going to do billions in sales, not millions. Right now they're doing, I don't know, what's the talk about the 70 million a quarter, 75 million a quarter, 80 million a quarter, 200-300 million a year. This is chump change of what's going to happen here. These guys a year ago couldn't get companies to call them back. They would leave messages. They would put feelers out there. They went to trade shows. They tried to get to corporate America, the corporate world with this new AI future. And they were trying to sell a subscription program to their product line. And the corporate world was just not reacting all that enthusiastically. Those who did react, they worked with hand in hand to customize software for these guys. They're very happy. They're very happy customers. But when they shifted the course and decided we'll do now a sales instead, we'll sell our software, we'll customize software for your business and sell it to you. Because in their mind, they realize in 2 years, it's obsolete. We'll have redeveloped a new version, just like Apple has a new version of an iPhone every 2 years. We'll have a new version of our AI software every year or two. And there's AI for accounting firms. There's AI for distribution companies. There are AI software programs for factory companies with factories. I mean, it doesn't matter what business you're in, you're going to need AI, and they will produce software for as many businesses as they can, along with dozens of other companies out there. These guys here are going to have a field day. And as I speak to you now, they are already indicating that everyone's calling them now. They're not making phone calls. They're taking phone calls. People are coming to them like crazy. Every CEO, CFO, technical advisory board of every company out there is saying to their internal management, we've got to get AI software, because if we don't, we have competition out there. There's 5 competitors out there that we're up against for market share of whatever business we're in. They're all upgrading their back offices with AI software. We have to do that too. I mean, it's like the 60s. We have to get a photocopier too. And in the 70s, we also have to have a fax machine. And in the 80s, we also have to get servers. We have to have internal email. 2021, we have to go on to Zoom calls. We have to allow our people to work from home. The AI phenom is taking over. And look, you're a company out there, and you had a head office in downtown wherever, and you used to have 1,000 employees in downtown wherever work for you, and you don't have 1,000 employees working in downtown wherever you are anymore because 500 of them don't want to come back. They want to stay at home and work from home. Now your IT people are coming to you going, you know what? Hey, Mr. CEO, board of directors, we have an idea here. Why don't we adapt this AI software that is taking over the world? And then that way we can customize our systems here to not have 500 people come back into the office anymore. We can actually work with them from home. We could actually lay off 200 of the 500 over time and let them go and let the AI take over their jobs. But we really will only be down to 500 people at the head office, which means we can let go 10, 20,000 square feet of office space back to the landlord and pay way less in rent and run a much leaner, meaner operation, and yet do just as much work with half the staff that are physically here, and the rest are just paid consultants. Why don't we think about that? And now CEOs are going, oh, okay, all right. You don't want to come back to work? All right. We'll adapt our business to work without you here. Whether we dump you or whether we reassign you or whether we dump you to hire you back as a consultant or whatever the arrangement is, but we're going into AI in a big, big way because the world has completely changed. We've evolved 10 years in this world in the last two. Thank you, COVID, for taking us from 2020 to 2030 overnight. Many people don't believe it's real. They don't believe there ever was a virus, and they don't believe that this is going to last. They want to go back to the 1950s, make everything great again. We want to go back to the way it was. Well, I'm sorry, the UNIVAC computer on the 18th floor is not there anymore. That giant server that took up half the floor and had 25 guys with white shirts and ties and those pen holders, and those thick glasses running around with notepads and clipboards, keeping everything going. Those guys are gone. Those systems are gone. The IBM room is over. It's all gone now. It's all cloud computing, and it's all going AI. We're never, ever going back to the 1950s and 60s and 70s ever again. All right, that's the reality of it. This stock, like others, are going to be the Wall Street darlings for the next year or two. And what will be interesting about AI is if the shares actually go to the 100 level quickly and then break out from there, will Wall Street blame or take the credit for it? Will they blame someone or take the credit that this happened under their watch? Will Wall Street say to the world, we are the leaders of investing. We can spot the trends before anybody else, and we have brought to the world awareness of this company, C3 AI Inc., and it made a lot of people a lot of money. Now, let's remember something. The stock has got to go back to 160 to make everyone whole, because there are people out there who bought this stuff when they shouldn't have bought it back on the IPO day and ran it up to 150, 160 a share. And so until it breaks those levels, you got nothing to brag about, right? You may know that if you watch CNBC now or any other telecast on the internet about AI, you'll see someone interview somebody about the company, and they'll say, the shares have gone up 274% in the last 2 months. We caution people against that, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, right. It's 1/4 or 1/3 or whatever, 40% of what it once was at the height of its creation. So this is a nothing burger. 45.20 a share, 45.50 a share, wherever it's trading. This is a nothing burger so far. $100 a share is more than half of where it once was. 200 a share puts it into a whole new world. How will this all play out? That is what we've got to watch for. But kids, can I say congratulations to all of you out there who are picking up these deep in the money calls, or those of you who are running cash secured puts against this stuff? I say congratulations, because you're going to make money on this thing. Some of you will buy puts. Will buy deep in the money calls. You'll write call options against it. You'll get exercised. You'll buy the stock back. You'll write new calls again, higher strike. You'll get exercised. You'll buy your stock back. You'll write higher price call. And the whole time that's going on, you're holding your deep in the money calls, because you never lose the deep in the money calls. And every time the stock goes up another $5 a share, another $5 a share, your deep in the money calls are going up $5 in book value. They're just going up. Now, even if they trade at book value, you're still going to make a pile of dough. And I can see when the shares reach 60 to 70 in that neighborhood, a bunch of you kids are going to do what you should do. And that is, you're going to sell your deep in the money 20s and 25s. You're going to turn around and buy deep in the money 40 to 45s. You're going to move up $20 a contract. And you're going to go from 5 deep in the monies to 7 deep in the monies, or from 8 to 10, or 10 to 13, or 20 to 25. You're all going to leverage up into more deep in the money calls in numbers and write more contracts. And you're going to haul in $5 to $10 premium per contract. $500 to $1,000 a contract is coming into your greedy little hands. And that just leverages you up to that much more cash, which could mean you'll buy more deep in the money calls to write more contracts. And as Wall Street does all the work for you to hype this market, and the meme investors pile in on it, it goes from the 60, 70 range to the 80, 90 range, $90, $100 range. Guess what you're going to do now? Yes, you know, you're going to sell your $60, your $40, $45 deep in the money calls and buy $60, $65 deep in the money calls. Yes, you are. And you're going to get more of them to write more contracts. You're going to be writing 120s for a $15 premium. You're going to get fatter, larger premiums. The more expensive the stock gets, it all balloons out, just like with GameStop. And it's going to continue again and again and again. And there will be a handful of you here who will make gobs of money. There will be many of you here who will make a lot of money. And there will be a gazillion of you here making a couple of bucks, because you don't believe it, but you're not sure, but you don't want to miss it. And so, yeah, I'll try it. Because here's the good news, kids. You can buy these deep in the money calls for under $3,000 a contract. These aren't $50 contracts, $80 contracts, $120 contracts. You don't need 10 grand to buy one deep in the money call. These are $2 grand, $2,500, somewhere in that neighborhood. And a bunch of you out there, you have the ability to get your hands on 5 or 10 of these things pretty quickly, and immediately write options on them to bring in 40, 50% of the money that you just threw into these darn things. This is a wonderful way to get into something really hot. It's a Wall Street darling, no doubt about it. What's the downside of this thing? Well, let's say, I don't know, a month from now, there's, I don't know, a scandal. Who knows? The shares back off to $30. They just do. They shouldn't, but they do. Well, you're sitting on $20 and $25 deep in the money calls. You're still in the game. The calls you wrote are worth nothing. You're going to buy them for pennies on the dollar. And what are you going to do? You're going to write new calls. You're going to write 35s. You're going to write 38s. You're going to write 40s. You're going to bring in another $10 a contract. In other words, after 2 rollovers, you wrote the first batch, you bought them back, you wrote another batch, you'll have brought in probably 3/4 to 80% of the money you put up in the first place. What are you risking here? $5 a share, maybe $500 a contract net is what you're doing. If they go down to 25, some of you'll have to sell your 20s and 25s and buy 15s you'll do that and you'll write another contract and haul in $6, $7, $8 on those. You will bring down the cost of your contracts to nothing, and you will be playing this for free. But I have a suspicion that's not going to happen. I don't think the stock is going downhill. I think the stock is going to go much, much higher, dramatically higher. And at the moment, it's being held down as much as possible by billion-dollar plus hedge funds trying to stop this thing in the bud. And they're not going to be successful. They cannot stop a tsunami of global buying that is going to come into this stock. That's my personal opinion. Think your own way, but I would not be betting against this stuff at all. I have a suspicion this is going to be crazy good. And I'm just asking if it'll go to 100. 190th of where one of these guys this weekend thought it might go. $9,000 a share. Well, isn't this going to be fun? This could be a most interesting time. Anyway, welcome all to this channel where right now 238 people are being educated about what might happen here, are being given a heads up. You folks, if half of you are into this thing and will be into this thing in the next few days, perhaps a month from now, if the shares are 80 to 100 a share, there's 120 of you here going, yeah, I did what he talked about. I did what he suggested. I zipped in there and scooped up some of these cheap calls, these calls that are trading at virtually book value, and I wrote against them. And oh man, I love this guy. If you don't know what it is I'm talking about, you're not quite sure yet, but boy, you're intrigued. Well, it's up to you to make yourself a winner. And one way to do it, I mean, one big step to help you get to where you want to go is head over to my website and take the classes I keep talking about every single damn day. I keep talking about, because I am not going to explain option trading 101 a million times in a row to my viewers of this channel. We did that 2 years ago. I did that. I've talked about the basics of the option market 2 years ago, a year and 3/4 ago, a year and a half ago. We graduated into more complicated option writing strategies a year ago and so on. The classes are there for you to catch up to the rest of us. If you're serious, you really, really want to make money in this market, you better learn how this stuff works. You better understand what it is we're talking about. And the one way that I can steer you, that will give you the crash course you need, is there are 15 classes on my website that are available one by one whenever you're ready. They're $150. You got to drop $150 per class. You got to be serious. I mean, some of you are going, $150 for a class? Gee, that's a lot of money. No, that's not. Nah, you're getting off cheap. I should be charging $500 a class for this stuff, and you know it. Many of you know it. Get your butt over there before I decide to start charging $250 a class, and get those under your belt. Once you acquire a class, you can watch it as many times as you want. So you're set to go. They're an hour and a half to 2 hours long each. They're a pleasure. They're fun. They're easy. They're in plain English. You'll find them very enjoyable to go with. If you are in any way aware of the options market, you might watch a few of them go, oh, sure, I know this. But then every once in a while you go, I didn't know that. What did he just say? You'll rewind it and go, what did he just say? You'll pick up a few nuggets here and there. But as you go along on these classes, you'll start challenging yourself, and you'll be going, oh, that's what that means. Oh, I never knew it worked like that. And you will pick up how this game works. But you got to make an investment into yourself. I can't do it for you. I'm here every day, generally Monday to Friday when the market is open, and I'll give you the best info I can give you from where I'm sitting here. But you have to be able to understand what it is I'm saying. Even though it's in plain English, you're going to need to make an investment in yourself. But trust me, believe me when I say, hear me now and believe me later. You take those classes and you hang out with this gang of regulars over here. you will quickly pick up what's going on, and you're going to have an epiphany that it'll come where all of a sudden you'll go, "Oh, that's what that is. Really? Is that what they do? Wait a minute. Um, Hedge funds and mutual funds and pension funds and multi-billionaire investors and millionaire investors, they do this all the time, and I didn't know this. Your stockbroker, your investment advisors, your so-called wealth advisors that you people have never ever talked to you like I talk to you about what's going on in these stocks, and they never will because they don't know it. They don't know what option writing actually is. They theoretically know, but nothing in practical terms. They have no clue of the upside that is awaiting you for your returns. These folks rely on their masters in New York to take care of everything. Okay, that's where the head offices are, these trading desks, generally speaking, in Manhattan, generally speaking. They're letting those guys do that. Those folks in Manhattan don't want to talk to your wealth advisor to tell them how they're making you money. They don't want to talk to them. They're far too busy making bonuses in New York on your money, writing options into their entities over there. And they're covering clients all over the place. Okay. You're just one of gazillions of people that you're going to get your 4, 6, 8% return and shut the hell up. And that's it. That's the end of your participation here. You want to make money in this market like pros make money in this market? Learn how to write options. That's one way to do it. You'll be surprised at how much you learn about option writing affects everything else that you do in your investing going forward. You'll realize, oh my God, I can make money buying and selling this and using the techniques that he is telling me about in those damn classes that I was taking. I can't believe it. That's what happens. I do the best I can with what I've got, kids. I'm just a guy in front of a computer asking you to like me. That's all it is. Hollywood's favorite actress. What can I say? Anyway, there you go. Welcome to the party. Nice to see you here. We're 8 minutes away from opening for trading. Another 4-day week is upon us. You can make a ton of money here if you want it, but boy, it would help if you had the knowledge. It's available to you, but you got to step up. And when you step up, you will be rewarded. And I congratulate you. And I love it when I get the emails from viewers that say, I didn't know anything about this. I thought I really knew a lot about this, market. And I'm listening to your classes and I'm hanging out with you here. I'm learning more every day. But I'll say one more thing for those of you out there who are, option trading wannabes and you want to be successful in the marketplace. There's a couple of things you're going to need to be successful in this option writing field. All right, and I have to say it because, and it's obvious. What I'm about to tell you is obvious. Many of you are going to nod your head and go, "Oh yeah, that makes sense." But some of you forget. If you're going to become an option writer, you're going to be successful as an option writer, you have to have several things in your hand. Okay, the knowledge. You have to have the knowledge of how options work and how they react, how they go up and down, and why. You have to understand your adversaries in the options business. When you're writing a contract, someone's buying your contract. They are thinking the reverse of you. All right. You think the option's going down in value. They think it's going up in value. So you got to understand where they're coming from. The more you know of your adversary, the better off you're going to be. 3, patience. You're going to have to learn how to be a patient person because writing options is a conservative strategy. It's not a risk-taking strategy that is full of crazy, wild slot machines going up. The gamblers on the floor who are buying the options are the gamblers. Right? You can't be one of those. You have to be the very calm, relaxed looking person, like De Niro in the movie Casino. As the manager of the casino, you have to be that guy, but much more calmer than that guy. And the other thing you have to have is you have to have capital that you can put into this business and leave in this business. You can't be here for one trade. You can't be here for 3 months. You can't be here for 6 months and make your dough and then leave as a millionaire. That's not this business. This option writing business can require you to sit with your arms folded and tolerate day after day, week after week of time to wait your return out. Because on an annualized basis, you're a winner, big time. But on a minute to minute basis, you have to be able to tolerate not doing anything while the market around you is going berserk. If you can master some of those traits, you will become an incredibly successful option writer. The options classes are there for you to grab the knowledge, grab the information you need to understand this business. And there are examples in there on how things work, and you can look historically on how things have worked out and so on. But you have to step up. Yeah, we just shut down. Here we're back. You have to be the one to step up to want to learn how to do this. This is what it's all about. I'm excited for many of you. I really am. I am so stoked because so many of you are already making money in this market. You're into the trading already. You've seen results. You are going to see phenomenal returns on your investment because you are learning more every day that you're here. And I congratulate you. Larry is 4 minutes away from hitting the bells, we hope. And I hope today you have another wonderful, successful day as you wait these markets out. Some stocks are not yet ready to write options on. Some are. Some of you are writing cash secured puts on certain positions. Some of you are writing covered calls. Some of you are writing poor man covered calls. But at the end of the day, you are taking the bull by the horns and saying, I'm running my account. I'm running my assets. I'm not going to have some schmuck talk to me about how great I'm doing while they are taking 2% of my wealth away from me. 1/12 of this money every 30 days. They're taking 1/12 of the fees on my money, no matter what, whether I make money or not. It's time for you to take control of your dough. Give yourself the 2% for yourself, and now add to that. And I sincerely believe that 99% of you here can make way more money than your advisors. Some of you can't. I get it. I understand. You don't realize it yet, or you don't believe it. I know, but many of you can. And many of you realize, Bruce, I've always known that I could make more money than these advisors, but I've just been so damn lazy about it. Well, folks, time is running out on all of us, whether you like it or not. I'm going to be 68 this year. Time is running out. It's time to take control of your assets in your life and make it pay, because no one else is going to do it for you. You're not getting a phone call or an email from anyone good. Nobody, nowhere. There is no organization that is deciding that today's the day that we're going to get a hold of you. We're going to bring you into our offices. We're going to show you around our trading platform systems. We're going to introduce you to a team of advisors, and we're going to now take you to the level of greatness. And you're now in the elite of society. Nobody is calling you ever. You're on your own, pal. And this world is cruel. And there are people out there who want to take your money from you. And they will take it either one way or the other. If you let them take it through fees, they'll do that. It's legal. They can do that. If they can convince you to accept the 4% return on your money and they make 15%, they keep 11 and you keep 4, the deal has been done. Not a good deal for you. Maybe you should be the one taking 15% and paying nothing for it at all. Maybe you should take 20%. Maybe it should be 50%. Welcome to this party that is available to you. It's in your hands if you want it, but you gotta really want it. All right, welcome to the show. We're about to open for trading. Let's see what this market has in store for us. It looks like the Dow is off about 82 points to start the morning. In the pre-market, we're down 11 on S&P. We're down 28 on NASDAQ. but my quotes could be wrong. So let me update my machine and see if I can get it to function, because my big ass iPad just is so glitchy these days. Who the heck knows? Zeta State, Bruce, I'm your number 149 thumbs up today. Thank you, everyone, for these thumbs ups. 151 have come in. You got to love it. Thank you, all of you who are members of this channel. Thank you for those of you who are lurkers. Thank you for those of you who are members of this channel. I thank you, and we love you. Jen and I are just thrilled that you're here, and we just so appreciate you. We're in the members-only mode right now, so please join this channel to join in on the discussions. If you have questions about this market, either I or my fellow viewers will probably help you out with results and answers. And like I said, if you become a Gold Bagel level member, you become one of these guys right up here. You're up at this level. You're in the elite level of this channel. You're joining me every morning at 8 o'clock at your leisure. You can watch that on the rerun, the pre-alert show. And of course, Wednesdays at 6 o'clock Eastern for Primetime Live with Uncle Bruce. We would love to have you join us. AI 4610 on the opening. Looks like, or the very end of the pre-market was what it was doing, 4610. We'll keep an eye on this market as we start things off here. The Dow will follow this opening and see what it wants to generate us. Oh my goodness, we're more than happy to make money today. Whatever market direction this market wants to go, you will make money if you're an option writer. Doesn't matter if it goes down, doesn't matter if it goes up, you get richer. Just welcome to the party. You got to learn how this is done. The Dow's down 180, S&P down 18, NASDAQ down 32, oil down 75 cents. This is not a serious sell-off. Half a percentage point on the Dow. This is a nothing burger. We're down 0.4 on S&P. We're down 0.2 of 1% on NASDAQ. There's not a sell-off going on here. Thank you to Larry Titus, my man. The bells have been rung. We're up and running. We're going. Let's see what else is going on here. Joe Oliver, I've never been in the elite crowd before. It doesn't get much better than this. Welcome to the elite crowd, Joe. Welcome to the crowd where we make money in the market and we watch people get taken to the cleaners all the time and go, boy, that's too bad. But hey, I'm doing okay. That is the attitude around here. We're doing just fine here. 45.69 on AI right now, up $1.20 a share first thing this morning. What else is happening? The Dow now down only 176. Let's keep on going here. We got NVIDIA up 275, another bump there on that chip maker. SoFi is 839. No, 844 on SoFi. We opened at 822 and we're now at 844. We're down 16 cents. I mean, whoop-de-doo. This is a nothing burger. 3.6 million. We could go to $10 today on SoFi. Do not put it past it. Rocket Lab 569 up 9. Thank you very much. Keep it going. GameStop's up a penny. AI, like I say here, around 46.19 right now, up $1.70. Smart Rent is up 6 cents today. What else is going on? Unity down 15 cents. Tesla's up 3.27 to 263.81. Apple's up 41 cents. Google's up 13 cents. Moderna down 123. Cisco down 13. Pfizer up 39. IBM down 58. HPQ down 20. Microsoft down $1.73. Partial penny losses. There is nothing bad happening here at all. This is chump change trades to open the market here on some of these big tech names, big cap names. We're giving up pennies. I mean, come on. We're going higher on this market. There is no sell-off happening here. Marcus, Bruce, I'm your 153rd thumbs up. Thank you, Marcus, very much. And Willie, number 154. You guys are awesome. Thank you for coming in here, hitting those thumbs up buttons automatically. Those of you watching on the rerun, I know you're there. You're always hitting those thumbs ups for me. And we're pushing for 200, maybe 300 thumbs ups today. Thank you all so much. 156 have come through here. You guys are awesome stuff. I love it. What else is going on? What else is going on? Deuce Caboose, 156. Thank you, my friend. He says, Deuce Caboose, when the U.S. signs contracts with a company, Spire, do they care the health of the company? Well, yeah. Yeah, they do. What I'm asking is, there some reassurance of Spire's health because U.S. keeps signing contracts? Yes, they do. They are well aware of the company's financial position. They're well aware if the company can deliver on the contract they're signing. Every time Spire signs a new contract with anybody, it makes them money. It's a profitable thing. They have long ago built their infrastructure that they need to operate satellites in space. I mean, they're still writing it off. They've got depreciation going forward to write off against earnings and all these tax advantages that are coming their way. But every contract they're now bringing on or renewing is far more profitable than when they first started signing contracts. I can see where Spire would have put in. I'm playing generic numbers. This is not official. But if Spire invested $100 million into their systems to manage satellites, and then they would sign a contract that would make them $1 million a year in net profit, all right, you know, and I know they're going to have 100 contracts to get the 100 million back, right? But the 100 million they dropped, or 200 million, or 400 million, whatever the number is that they've put into their structure, they're going to roll that over 10 years. You know, a keyboard lasts a long time. Switching systems don't last 2 minutes, they last a long time. The knowledge gained putting these together is in there for a long time. And these shareholders, these key employees are shareholders, they're not going anywhere. So you put in the money to build the business, and then you generate revenue from these contracts, knowing that we're going to need 250 contracts to turn a profit on an annual basis, or whatever that number is. I don't know the number, but whatever the number is, they know it. And despite all of that, they've gone public. They've gone public to raise the capital, to build the business, to go after the contracts, and their clientele are space agencies from around the world. They're militaries, they are government agencies, marine agencies, fishery agencies, forest fire management agencies. It goes on and on and on. It is utterly limitless. On top of the corporate clientele they have, which is massive, every single company and government and agency of governments have to move data. They have to transmit data. And that means it has to be beamed up into space and brought back down to Earth from one data center to another, to another, to another, to another, to another. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, forever. Spire is the provider of this service. They do a good job at it. They sign up serious clients. And my hunch is that this company is not a fly-by-night, we are creating a new chip that we'll be able to sell for 5 years until it becomes obsolete company. And then we have to make a new chip. This is a utility. This is the power company. This is the telephone company. This is the cable company. This is the water company. This is the data transmission company. The data transmission company for global clientele, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's the deal. That is the deal of Spire. And it's not sexy. It is not a sexy story. I admit that. This is not AI. This is not AI. It's not NVIDIA. But it's like Bell telephones. It's like a long-term 50-year winning corporation that will compound and compound and compound earnings again and again and again. And they will sign thousands of clientele with contracts. They will sign thousands of them, thousands of them. There will be a point where they're doing 5 and 10 a day because they have that kind of staff to just be negotiating around the world with all kinds of comers and goers. This is what these guys are all about. And there you have it. JR, Uncle Bruce, I can't thank you enough for the knowledge and skills you have given us. Yes, the classes cost a couple of bucks, but after 2 years of studying and trading, my account is way up, and I have you to thank. Well, thank you, JR. Thank you for those of you who've been successful in your markets finally. I know of many of you who have talked to me one-on-one through one-on-one sessions, uh, through here, through email. Many of you used to get your clocks handed to you in the markets. You used to get the crap kicked out of you guys because you were chasing these impossible stories, or you were involved in stocks well beyond their prime, and you were trying to get a lightning in a bottle that the stock might go up again. It had a run and it was all the way down, and you were looking for another run. And you don't do that anymore. You don't chase those kinds of stories as an exclusive investment strategy. You've changed completely to the other side. You've become a casino owner, and you're going to get very wealthy. But you know what? You've made the investment to understand this. You've taken some classes and all of that. And now you're patient. You're folding your arms going, okay, I will wait this market. I'm going to wait this market out for me. I'm not going to push it. And that's the secret right there, because it's those folks on the casino floor that are desperate to find the winner today. They need a winner this weekend to pay bills. You don't have that position, thank God. Alex, JR, the classes are cheap if you're prepared to put in some time and learn. Knowledge is power, or in this case, knowledge is wealth. Thank you, my friend. JR, Alex, yes, it was an investment in myself, and I recommend it to all who are following here. That few $1,000 will return much more in the future. Couldn't agree more. Buddy says, Alex, thank you, both of you guys, for this. Appreciate this. Larry, JR, I was a few seconds later than usual today. Larry, my meeting started exactly at 9:30 today. Silly day job getting in the way of my bell ringing. Don't they know I have other more important responsibilities? To the viewers of Stock Markets with Bruce, what are these employees thinking? I mean, what's going on with these employers? They just don't get it. Kids, whatever it is you're learning here from me now, and you've learned through this channel the last 2 years, it'll be with you for the rest of your life. I won't be here for the rest of your life. I'll be here a certain amount of time, and then I will head to the sunset. But what you're learning here and what you're implementing now in this market will be with you forever. So these classes, if you're going to take them, just like you went to school in college or high school, there were certain instructors you had in high school, public school, junior high, maybe in college. There were certain key people and maybe mentors in your careers who have changed your life completely changed your life, or given you an outlook in a career area or a career path that you didn't know about. If I'd been that individual for any of you out there, I couldn't be more thrilled, because I know that you'll be able to take this knowledge forward for decades going forward, and you will pass it on one by one from time to time to willing participants. But I will, as you know, you can talk all you want to your friends and relatives and coworkers, associates, about what you're doing in the market and how you're doing it. But if these folks don't want to invest in their own success the way you have, they're not going to be successful. And let's be fair to people. There are folks that you all know, all of you out there, you know people who are very successful because they stick to their knitting. There are people who are realtors out there who are very successful realtors, and they don't ever deviate from their path. There are successful mortgage lenders. There are successful mechanics. There are successful plumbers, successful electricians. There are those who are successful as people managers, and they stick to their knitting, and that's what they make their money on. You got to hand it to them. You got to say, hey, way to go. But there are a huge number of people out there, a huge number, that really could use the guidance that you found here from either me and fellow viewers like yourselves, that if only they were aware, or if only they took the time to just watch and learn. But folks, it's up to each of you individually. All of you who are here have taken the leap forward. You've taken, there's 266 here. 266 people watching right now, this old man telling you you can be successful. And you all know it. You've done it yourselves. You've come through here. You've picked up the knowledge, and you're going with it. And if every one of you tried to talk 5 people today into becoming a viewer of this channel, 10% of you might find one person that might be interested. It's very difficult to get people to commit to something they don't understand as gospel. You can understand they're being skeptical. You can understand why. How many people out there have invested in the stock markets and have lost their shirts, have lost, they lost 10%, they got out, they lost 30% and swore never to come back. There are people out there who've had made money and lost money and made money and lost money, and they've given up hope that they'll ever find the formula. They don't believe in themselves anymore at the end of the day. And they only now buy ETFs. That's all they ever do. And they don't even look at them anymore. They're just going to put 100 a month into this, or 200 a month, or 500 a month, or whatever it is. And I'm not even going to look at it. I just am lousy at managing my money. And they've walked away. They've walked away from that. Welcome to life. Welcome to the world. This is what we're talking about. Anyway, there you go. DQ, Uncle Bruce isn't gone. We just took him to a nice farm where he can run and play with the other YouTubers. Splair, by the way, my last 42 Xterra Q are at 3.7, almost at 4 cents. Richard Carlin, SoFi break even. Ralphie, RC is here. Uncle Bruce being more of an uncle right now than my blood uncles. Right on, RC. Richard Carlin, the other RC, had to open my mouth. SoFi breaking even. Giddy up. SoFi right now, 8.52. We're almost there. Down just 8 cents on SoFi. There is no bloodbath happening here. We're down 170 on the Dow, or we're down 14 on S&P. We're down a quarter of a point on NASDAQ. There's no sell-off here. NASDAQ just went green. It's up a point. The VIX is up. Oil down $1.30. Yeah, right where it should be. If not, another $10 lower is where we should be. $60 a barrel. We're going down on oil. There's no massive demand coming in here for oil. What else is going on? DQ, the first rule of SoFi break even. Don't talk about SoFi break even. Don't even talk about it. There you go. 854 on SoFi. Volume so far on SoFi, 8.6 million in 17 minutes today. It's not as active as it was last week. So there's not a lot of selling coming in here. Matterport down 9. NVIDIA's up 680 to 433 a share. SoFi down 7. Rocket Lab up 15 cents. GameStop down 12. AI up $1.02 to 45.51. SmartRent up 2. ATIP down 6 cents. Unity is up 92. Turned around. Tesla's up 469. Apple up 73. Google up 73. All going green now. All going green. Cisco's down 15 cents. Pfizer 39.48 down 58. IBM down $1. HPQ down 41 cents. We've got Microsoft down 84 cents. There's no sell-off here. ME down a nickel. Amazon up 140 a share. Spire at 68 cents, down 0.8 of a penny. Home Depot down 50 cents. Xterra is unchanged. Vanik is down 4 cents. Netflix up 6.92 to 438.88. Adobe down $4 to 491. Goldman down 476. Boeing is off 343. Meta Platforms down 9 cents. Target Corporation is down 185. JP Morgan down 135. Costco down 263. Walmart down 11 cents. Disney down $1.22. American Airlines down 17 cents. DraftKings up 24 at the moment. There it is. It's a mixed bag of markets. We have the Nasdaq now ahead by 13.8%, 13.8 points, coming on here after being down a few points this morning. Now we're up 17 on Nasdaq. The turnaround is happening in the AI area for sure. That's where we're coming on right now. Alrighty, down 20 cents on GameStop, up 17 cents on Rocket Lab, 577. Way to go, cash secured put writers on Rocket Lab. SoFi down just a nickel. NVIDIA up 650. There you go. There's our initial deal here. Pulse Guitar, Uncle Bruce, 5-year-old son and I walked by GameStop store, and of course wanted to go in and buy a game. I asked him how would he like to learn how to get GameStop to pay for his games over and over. His eyes did this. Ooh, what? Mr. Premium of the option. I am number 168, Uncle Bruce. Thank you. Splair Carvan is giving me the vibe. It wants to touch $30. JR, some of my wife's friends are bemoaning the transition to electric. You won't be able to run your gas lawnmower. Wow, let's get rid of those noisy, smelly things. No kidding. Pulse guitar. My wife, on the other hand, is annoyed with my option talk and think I'm a huge nerd. But oh, one day she'll appreciate it. There you go. That's the thing about the option writing thing. You don't make $1 million in one trade. You don't, it's not like you bought a stock at $1, it went to $50 a share. Option writing is a grind. You are grinding money out of gamblers who are just losers. Next thing you know, after a day or two or three, a week or two, these folks are down thousands of dollars on all these transactions they're doing. You're the beneficiary of this, depending on the leverage that you have. It is exciting, really. DQ, I have multiple neighbors with electric mowers, lawnmowers. There you go. Yeah, option writing is the opposite of going for a long shot. The long shot players lose money and wait for the turnaround. Option writers write options, wait and just watch their money grow, watch their profits grow. On average, that's how it works for most option writers. You write the correct option out of the money and stay rollover. You do rollovers, stay ahead of your stock. You are constantly watching values drop with your values going higher. It's just that simple. It just requires patience and timing to be in there and stick around. Maria, good morning from New Orleans this morning, here for a real estate convention, but time to trade. JR, Pulse Guitar, I like to hang around with nerds. Zed Estate just bought 200 shares of AI. Suggest a covered call? Yeah, I would say that. Spare, by the way, have someone seen the high risk prices on Rocket Lab calls for October? Has anyone noticed that? On the AI options, if you're going to write AI options, well, there's all kinds of opportunities here. Let's take a look here. I don't know, October contracts, just as an idea. You can write $50 Octobers and bring in $8.80 to $10 a contract. That's a nice little deal there. 5250s are up to $9.60. 55s are offered at $8.90. You want to write January 2024 calls on AI and bring in some real money. Wow. 50s will bring you almost $12 a contract. 55s, almost $11.20 a contract. That's insane. 60s, $10 is the offer on a $60 contract for a stock trading at $44.73. I like that deal. That's not a bad 6 months deal. If the shares were to close at $59.99 in January 2024, the contracts are worthless. So you keep all the $10. You get $10 a share, $1,000 a contract. And the stock went up $15 a share, $1,500 per 100. So that's $1,500 per contract in capital appreciation on your stock, and $1,000 capital gain on your option rate. You make $2,500 on a $4,500 investment in 6 months. I call that good. I use the word pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good then. That's kind of Julia Roberts money from that movie with the red door, blue door, whatever door that was. Yeah, I call that Julia Roberts money. That's pretty good then. There's some food for thought there. Food for thought. Write whatever options you like, but boy, oh boy, there's opportunity. Those of you who are buying deep in the money calls on AI, you're even leveraging more. You're getting even better performance on your money, because some cases you guys are paying $25 a contract and you can make $25 profit in 6 months. If the shares want to go to $59.99, your contracts are worthless. In theory, you can make $25 a share profit on a $25 contract and write again. You got till Jan 25. Kind of interesting, isn't it? Yes, very, very interesting on that front. Splair is asking about Rocket Lab contract premiums. I'm not aware of that. I have to take a look. Let's take a look. RKLB. Rocket Lab, RKLB. I think that's how you do it. Yeah, Rocket Lab. And the shares are 581 right now, up 21 cents today, up 3.7%. Volume is 500,000 or so. Option chain for October. Let's take a look here. The $5 call, which is in the money, 60 cents, of course. It's in the money, 581, 80 cents in the money. And there's no premium there. The $6 call is 35 cents. So it's not that high a premium at on that one. I have someone seen the high ask prices on Rocket Labs. I don't know. I'm not sure which one you're talking about. I don't see a lot going on there. The sevens are offered at a dime, so there's nothing there. Now wait a minute, maybe I'm wrong. Hold on. I take it all back. I gotta get my act together. Okay, the $6 Octobers. There we go. They're offered at 80 cents. Now we're talking. So yeah, 80 cents offer on an out of the money contract. Not bad. 45 cents offered on the sevens. January 2024 Rocket Labs. You want to write sixes? They're asking 115 on the ask. 85 cents on sevens. Interesting. Again, I've been encouraging people to look at writing cash secured puts on Rocket Lab. You can write fives, which are out of the money, 80 cents out of the money. They're asking 70 cents on cash secured puts for Rocket Lab. So that means you're paying $4.30 a share if exercised on a stock that's 581. I like that contract. That's January 2024 on Rocket Lab. So you put up $500 to bring in $70, buy them back at 20 odd cents and say thank you for the 10% return on my money. Nothing wrong with that. Again, a conservative strategy. The sixes, which are 19 cents in the money, 125 is the ask on those. That's a good one. Put up six and bring in $1.20 right now, 20% of your money right back in premium. You're on the hook to pay $4.75 for Rocket Lab until January. I like that contract for cash secured put writers. There you go. There's opportunities there. Zed, I want to share with you that I bought AI on margin. I hear you, Richard. ME new all-time low. ME is at a new all-time low, apparently. 173 and a half. And you were right. 173 is an all-time low on ME. And I wait, like everyone else, for the moment that a drug company makes a call on this thing where a drug in testing passes levels of approval with the FDA. And one of the dozens and dozens and dozens of drugs that ME is involved with passes through the FDA minefield of approvals, the stock is $15 a share at that moment in time. Just automatic. It'll be halted. The announcement will come out. The clarification announcement will come out to have the market fully understand what it means to ME. And I don't know what the percentage of royalties are for ME, whether they get a 2% royalty, a 4% royalty, a 6% royalty, whether it's a graduated royalty structure. I don't know, but the day will come someday where ME will announce that a drug that has the potential of perhaps generating $5 to $10 billion in sales could generate to ME $500 million in revenues in the next couple of years out of nowhere for nothing, no cost. And that they have dozens more and they have offshoots of that drug. That's the other thing to remember. You get the one drug through and then you bring 10 more versions of the drug behind it over the next few years. And these guys are into royalties on every one of them. So that someday they'll say in the next decade, we're going to make $5 billion in revenues from our royalties just on these drugs. And there'll be hundreds more. For years, decades of research will be done on the ME library of DNA. And it will generate billions and billions and billions to ME. So Today is a day where you just go, I remember him talking about that. I'll never forget the day he talked about it when it hit the all-time low. And is this the all-time low? I don't know. I can't tell you that. But this is the kind of stock you put away. You buy it, and you put it away, and you just go, sooner or later, I won't have enough of this stuff. Sooner or later, because it'll be halted at one price. They'll make an announcement. A day or so later, it'll reopen for trading, and you won't recognize the quote. You will not recognize the price, and you'll look at it and go, what is this? How much is this worth now? And you'll then realize, oh my gosh, this is insane. And welcome to the new normal. That will be the new normal. But today, the new normal is it's at its low price of all time. That's the normal today. And that's all I can tell you. Can't make you feel any better or worse than that. JR, I wrote 10 $5 July 21 cash secured puts for a huge 8 cents. I'll be happy to own more Rocket Lab for $4.92. And that add that 1,000 shares to my already 1,000 shares. Go Rocket Lab. You sure got me confused. I'll tell you that. What are you doing? You're writing July cash secured puts that expire this week. What's going on? I'm all confused. They're looking at what are they 10 to 15 cents for the fives right now, and they die very shortly. So okay, there you go. All right. Well, I have no idea. Deuce Caboose, ME buying lemonade and spending like drunken sailors has definitely called into question their going concern. I'm not even worried about it. I'm not. I'm a long-term watcher of this company. I am convinced that if they needed another 500 million, they can get it like that. I just am convinced they can get five if they need it. I don't think they do need it, but we'll see. We'll find out, Deuce Caboose. Time will tell. We'll see. The Dow is off 200 points. That I can tell you that's definitely happening. The Dow's off 200 points today. We have S&P down 22, and NASDAQ has gone negative to 43. So we've had a sell wave program come into the market. That I can tell you has happened. I don't know why it's happened, but it's happened. We need a pullback because we've had 8 weeks of solid growth on NASDAQ. 8 solid weeks of an uptick into bull territory again. Same with S&P and the Dow. So we are in need of a bit of a refresh here, but we'll see what happens. We're here for the long term, not the short term. So there you go, everybody. Welcome to the party, all. It's nice to have you here. SoFi down 28 cents, got as high as 864 today. That wasn't very long ago, I think. We were at 864. But we're at 833 right now. This is towards the low end of the day. The 822 is a low trade of the session today. All right. What else? Laugh out loud. Uncle Bruce be like, what? Says Maria. What are you doing? What? Boy, I love seeing people make money, not pennies, but whatever. It is what it is. Welcome to the party, pals. NVIDIA 430 a share, up 311. SoFi 831. Rocket Lab 584, up 24. GameStop down 51 cents. AI down 113. Matterport down 14. The Dow down 204. There's our daily fluctuating markets. Options nomads just picked up 3 deep in the money AI $20 strike expiring January 2025. I bought them for $25.90. Based on my calculator, when I did that move, it was a 95.5 move. Hope my calculator is correct. Wow, that's awesome. AI is 43.39 right now. So those contracts are worth 23.39 as it is. And so you're fine. You're just fine. And of course, hoping you're writing contracts against those. JR, sorry, Uncle Bruce, I wrote them a week ago when the stock price was up, but I wanted to own some more Rocket Lab. So I was okay to write those cash secured puts. That's what we did. I got you. Okay. Well, with Rocket Lab at 584, you can write it out if you want and keep the rest. More power to you. or you can roll into next week's. Up to you. Totally up to you. Bringing in money. That's the name of the game. I totally get it. Maybe writing next week's might be a good idea, or the week after. And maybe you can bring in 20, 30 cents a contract and, use that money to buy. But hey, it's up to you. Whatever you want. Rock and roll, folks. Let's see what is going on. See, here's a headline that I see once in a while. It says, how AI is disrupting one profession, quote, a lot of people will lose their jobs, unquote. See, I read that article and I go, okay. The opposite of that is that corporations who incorporate AI are going to dump employees and replace it with AI software, which is going to be far cheaper to operate than having employees, far simpler, because employees get sick, quit, take days off, get fired for incompetence, spend too much time at the water cooler, whatever. I mean, I'm taking the opposite side. And so AI is a winner for corporate bottom line, where having employees and having two companies, one with AI and one without, the one with the AI will be more profitable on a percentage basis, higher yields. This is why stocks like AI and Unity and others will do very, very well. These companies are going to do extremely well. It's going to be an easy sell to convince a CEO to spend millions of dollars on AI software, if not hundreds of millions of dollars on AI software across the entire organization. If you have a multi-billion-dollar monster of a corporation, hundreds of billions in revenues and sales, to spend $100 million on AI is a nothing burger. If you spend $50 million a year with AI, just AI, and AI has 20 clients like this, that's $1 billion a year in revenue to AI. Their revenue right now is $270 million or something like that. I mean, it's $300 million. This is a joke. These guys are going to have 100 clients who are going to want to spend gazillions of dollars a year. They're going to do billions in sales. Billions. There's 108 million outstanding stock. It's going to be nuts, man. It's just going to be nuts. You know what they're going to do? The stock is going to go to $150, $200 a share. They're going to do a 3-for-1 split, 2-for-1 split. Goes up to 400, 500 a share. They're going to do another 3-for-1 split. So if you're around long enough and you keep rolling your deep in the money calls and keep writing contracts and keep on rolling and rolling and rolling, there will come a point in time where you have 20 deep in the money calls and they're going to do a 3-for-1 split. And now you're going to have 60 deep in the money calls, and you're going to write 60 contracts on your AI. And every time it goes up $1, you are 60 times richer. You're $6,000 richer every penny, every dollar. The leverage is going to be nuts. Apple split from 1980 until now so much that one share of Apple in 1980 is 224 shares today. AI could do the same thing. They could have so many stock splits over the next 10, 15 years that for every share of AI you have now, you have 200 shares down the road. Every time it goes up $1, you're up $200 every dollar at that point. Like, holy cow. Wild and wacky. Okay, fun. Cindy B, Uncle Bruce, I had mentioned a pharmacy stock, FGen, that I bought and wrote covered calls and then I sold puts on. It is a $16.98 stock that I sold a July $15 put for $5.35, and I sold a $15 July covered call for $7.40. Wow, that's wild. Nice. Cindy, Maria Powell, option nomads, other half. I have a bid in for those deep in the money calls. I'm trying to get those too. Maria, sounds like a great trade. Cindy, congrats. Mandu number 5. My was it sold AI calls looking good. Sold $50 expiry September at $7.70 each. Let's go, baby.
Good morning, Mandu.
Good morning, Mandu from Auntie Jen. Richard Carlin is saying good morning, Auntie Jen. How are you, Auntie Jen? What's going on today? What a miserable looking day.
Well, last day of spring. It's got to do it.
Is this it? The last day of spring?
Yes. But tonight, I guess, is today the longest day then? Because tomorrow is the first day of summer.
Might be tomorrow. Might be the longest day of the year.
Could be tomorrow's the
Depending on
longest
where in the world you are, I guess. Isn't that something?
Well,
we're only at
everywhere in the
46
world.
degrees today. It's cold here.
It's cold and it's windy and it's very blustery. They're saying that this is not the kind of day where you have 4 things in your arms and an umbrella. No. You have 2 hands on your umbrella.
You're hanging on
It
for
will
dear
be
life.
turning inside out.
If you're brave enough to bring your umbrella with you, because today the wind is
Oh,
howling.
it's very windy down
It
here.
might be a day where people are wearing ski masks, toques and ski masks to cover
Yeah.
their faces because
Well, and
it's
especially
nasty.
if you're going downtown with all of those buildings
Or
and
canyons.
our plus 15s
Oh my
and 30s, they create their own wind vortexes.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're in downtown and you swear the wind is always in your face no matter which way you turn.
It's true. It is very true. We have the canyon effect here in downtown Calgary.
You stand at like a 45-degree angle.
That's right. Leaning. We have my window looks to the west, and the wind
Go
comes.
west, young man.
The wind comes howling around here, and it comes straight in this window and goes down our hallway
And
and cools
this
off.
door shut.
Sometimes my door gets slammed shut. Just wakes us the hell up around here. But boy, we've got some great airflow going around here. But it's cold.
If you're in an apartment, you always have to be on the corner.
You got to have a corner unit.
You got to have that crosswind.
Yeah.
Makes all the difference.
Thing we've always enjoyed about this building is the third time we're in here. We used to have one unit at the end with the corner unit there. Now we have a corner unit here. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all very good. And even though the building is air conditioned, when it's in the 80s, we just open the windows and the cool air comes through here and it's moving.
Yeah, air movement makes you feel cool.
Yeah. Another good time.
It's a Winnie the Pooh blustery day.
Ah, there you are. There
you
are. Another day in paradise. That's what it is.
Another day.
So
you're sounding a bit phlegmy this morning.
Yeah, I am. I'm a little phlegmy this morning.
That was me yesterday.
And we've been talking here, Jen and I, about New York. We've been talking about the meet and greets. New York. And we're trying to figure it out. We've got our dates now for our flights.
Yeah.
We're going to keep that confidential for now. But we're trying to figure out the New York component and how it's going to happen. And it's a question.
So pretty well it has to happen on a Saturday or a Sunday. So you guys aren't working.
We're thinking of a get together on a Saturday, but we're trying to figure out how many of you would come out. And
how big of a venue then?
We are convinced we're going to need a venue of our own for a get together. We're going to need one. And now the question is, if that's the case, what is the budget for this thing going to be? And how is this going to work? And the other question is, as Jen keeps saying to me, look, if 10 people show up, it's a nothing burger. Everyone can have a selfie with you and they can have talk 10 to you.
Minutes. It's fine.
It'll take like an hour and a half and it's over. But what if 100 people want to show up?
100 people can't show up.
What if 100 people want to show up? Well, how are we going to do that? Because you can't spend 10 minutes with 100 people each. That's 1,000 minutes. That's 15 hours. No way can you do that. Right. And so
it's a tough one.
This is where my manager here is kind of waking me up to the realities of limitations and what we're about. And so I'm thinking, well, would it happen that we would have a meeting room booked? Would it happen that we'll bring in a professional photographer who will have set up a photography area?
I don't know. Everyone's got their phone.
I don't know. And Jen and I will be there, and it's like 1 minute, come on in, let's get our photos taken, and hi, how are you? And then have a seat here in the room. And after I do all that, we start.
Talk to people.
Well, this is it. Then I talk to you folks for a half an hour, and then it's open Q&A, and it's kibitzing back.
For them, it's fun because they get to see each other too.
And you get to meet each other, and it's like a 4-hour, 3-hour, 4-hour thing with refreshments and snacks and all. And this is all done for us in a private setting.
Yeah.
Where it's just the channel. It's our people. We're not in a restaurant. We're not.
So we can talk finances.
We're not being hurried by the maitre d' or the owner of the restaurant or some waitress or.
Yeah.
We need the table. Get out of here. We've got our own. Is that going to happen? I don't know. I can't answer this question right now. And Jen and I
I
are
know. We
we're
just keep
going
going
back
and
and
forth.
forth and back and forth.
We
Should
will
we?
decide though.
We will decide.
It might come down to arm wrestling,
Yeah.
leg
Well,
wrestling,
Maria
flipping
Powell.
a
Good
coin.
morning, Auntie Jen, with a bunch of curling
Good,
stones.
good morning, Maria.
DQ says, you can't spell Jen loves the Steelers without Jen.
Without Jen.
So
That's right.
get with it, right? Cindy B, I'm trading on the beach on Lake Huron. It's a sunny day.
Oh, on Lake Huron. We've been in Lake Huron.
JR, today is the
It's so
spring
much
equinox. Summer is here tomorrow. Maria Powell,
today's-
tomorrow was my grandfather's birthday, longest day. R.I.P. Pop.
Oh,
Splair, good morning, Auntie Jen. In
Good
German
morning,
news, they said
Splair.
today is the first day of summer, and we're already at 84 Fahrenheit.
see.
I'm getting cooked here.
Well, we're going to be double. They're saying double what we are today, but that doesn't mean much.
Beach Boy, Auntie Jen, got some ME at 173 all-time low. Hope you approve.
I definitely approve.
I agree with that.
Yes.
The Zeta State Tesla is 265.78. It's running, baby.
Gosh.
Tesla up 333 right now,
When's their
263.
next numbers out?
Next month, I suppose,
Yeah,
because the
yeah.
second quarter will be over. ME $1.70 right now. All-time low of ME is right here, 170 on 1 million
What's that
shares.
about?
That is, anyone selling there is crazy. But hey, crazy is normal now. Welcome to
know.
crazy.
Yeah,
We're up.
that's
We're down 258 on the Dow. We're
Crazy
down
as
27 on S&P. We're down 66 on Nasdaq. Oil down 180 to 69.97. That is the story. Who else is here? Mandu number 5. Good morning, Auntie Jen.
Good morning.
JR, hey Auntie Jen, looking forward to New York City and seeing both of you again. Will be a lot of fun.
I know,
JR,
right?
you're in LA.
JR, how are you getting to
What are you driving? What are you doing?
He's
How are you
driving.
getting over there, buddy?
He's got a
he's
bicycle.
got the big
So-
apples going. He's excited. We got people from LA coming to New York to see us.
He's got a
Oh my
bicycle.
God.
Come on.
Beach Boy, Jen practicing for the opera. Larry Titus, good morning, Jen from Larry.
Good morning, Larry. Hope to see you.
Amandu number 5, can't wait to see you guys in New York City. So excited.
Larry's
JR,
at
well,
area.
if we're all at a hotel, we could have this Uncle Bruce party by the pool. Oh yeah, now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're now at the Park Hyatt Hotel, a block from Central Park, $1,100 a night per room. Here we go. We
Here's
got a
the
pool, but we got a pool. Oh my God, DQ. Hey, we're going AI. Where's AI going? Hey, AI, where you going? There you go.
Where is AI?
Unbelievable. 42.94 down 155 with a high today of 46.
That's
I keep asking if this is going to 100 a share. That's what I keep asking.
Well, and the thing about that is it's getting a lot of eyeballs.
Oh,
right?
and the battle royale between hedge funds and shorters and longers.
yeah.
Oh, the battle royale is on with AI. Huge.
You never know when
Huge.
you've got that much just media awareness.
I am waiting for the
What
breakout.
happens?
I am waiting
Yeah.
for the explosion where this
Explosion?
sucker
There's an
goes.
explosion coming.
There be explosion coming. That's what I'm waiting for. We'll see what happens here. JR, I'll fly the friendly skies. I've got relatives in New Jersey, says JR.
Very good. See, that's what we need is like a Motel 865, whatever they are. And they have a pool.
They have a pool.
Wouldn't want to go in it.
DQ, 1,100 a night, and open pool bar. Done.
Done. Magic words.
Done.
Open bar.
What, pool party? Oh yeah, Uncle B, we're there. Larry Titus, New York City. I'm there, says Larry.
Yeah, I think
I'm there. So I think a lot of you are going to come up to New York for your own enjoyment and happen to catch
Plus, it's New
you
York.
know who and you
I
know
know.
who it and
And
let's
I have
go.
to sit down and decide what do we want to see while we're there.
Larry says, I might have another Yoko album. I've been hanging on for a special occasion.
A special occasion.
Oh,
Is this going
man.
to be his first public performance? He's been practicing at home in the shower.
No, he has an album.
Well,
He has a Yoko album.
Maybe he's learning a new song.
No, he's going to play
album.
it. He's going to play it. He's going to talk to the hotel about getting a record player sent up to the room and crank it up.
Great. We'll have all the other rooms phoning down. Something bad is going on in that room.
You know, here's the situation. We get to the pool level, and there's 20 other people there. Larry,
Put on Yoko.
no problem. I got this covered.
I got this
He puts
covered.
the record album on Yoko. 20 people run for the hills. 100 YouTubers show up. YouTube followers
Grabbing
show
their
up, and the
children.
party's on.
Children, cover your ears. Cover your ears. I'm melting.
I'm melting. Oh my goodness gracious. Maria, I sold 2 cash secured puts on FGen July strike of 12 for $390 each. Stock is above 16 now.
Yeah.
Thank you at Cindy B. Shades. Well done, Maria.
Very nice.
Well
Very nice.
done. Taking the money. SoFi 833 down 26 cents. Low of the day 822.
Got to keep your eyes open for those little Easter eggs that they'll give you, man.
Oh, those opportunities that come running along every once in a while. We're down 300 on the Dow, down 31 on S&P, down 81 on NASDAQ, down $1.70 on oil so far this morning. That's where we're at.
That's all right.
Right here, right now. NVIDIA is still up. It's $2 a share. And Rocket Lab's up 19 today, 579 in this market. GameStop down 61, AI down 164, SmartRent up 15 to 340 a share. ATIP is up 20 to 1073. Unity down 178. Tesla's up 310. Apple up 29. Certain stocks are not giving up ground. It's just that simple. There's no other way to say it. ME is at 170.3, down 10 cents, with a volume now of 1,050,000, and that's the low of all time. So there are people foolishly selling at all-time lows, and there are smart people buying at all-time lows. I wonder who's going to win this one.
Average down.
I wonder how that's going to play out. Yeah.
Well, you guys have fun.
DQ says
sleeves. It's so cold.
DQ says New York hotel security hears Yoko playing. Darn it, we thought we were done with her. Karen, I'm up around 78, Bruce, on your thumbs up meter.
That's good.
I thought we kicked her out. Why, she's back? Oh no, they're still playing her.
Goodbye.
See you later, Auntie Jen.
Go
Rugman. Oh my goodness gracious. Larry, Yoko makes a good theft deterrent too. Way better than any jazz, any album buzz. JR, wow, the FGen premiums are crazy good over there. Yeah, there are other stocks out there with crazy premiums. You can play them. Just use the same principles you learn here on how option writing works and make it work for the stock you love. Why not? Something wrong with that? Nothing. We're down 354 on the Dow. We're down 37 on S&P. We're down 96 on NASDAQ. The Dow's down 1%. Finally. S&P down 0.85. NASDAQ down 0.70. That's all. That's all it is. We've got a $1.70 drop on oil right now at about $70 a barrel. That's what we have happening here today, everybody. Welcome all of you to the party. Great to have you all here. Thank you to those of you who visited with me this past weekend. It was fantastic. I had a great visit with a number of you folks on one-on-ones. And we have another few one-on-ones coming up this weekend again. And a few of you picked up some classes the last day or two. And congratulations to those of you who are picking up some more classes, becoming smarter. We're at 181 on the thumbs up meter, everybody. Thank you for that. We are definitely climbing that number. Very, very good. DQ, Manhattan Island was evacuated today after several residents heard Yoko Ono singing in Midtown. Jace Rosita, neat. There you go. It's either that or the Knights of Knee stepped in and Manhattan got evacuated. Something happened. We'll figure this out. Jen and I will figure out what we're going to do in New York and let you know. We're trying to put together the most effective way to have our own area, have our get together, bring folks in to see each other and us. This is more than just a meet and greet for Jen and I. This is a meet and greet for a lot of you and a lot of you fellow viewers. And so it's a big deal. And we want to have enough time and enough privacy to make this work for us. And so we'll do some digging and we'll try to figure this all out and keep you posted on how we're going to do it. Karen, I bought 5 January 2025 $20 strikes on AI for 26.10. And then I wrote August 2023 a $60 strike for 340. So yeah. Nothing wrong with that trade, really. There's nothing wrong with that trade. $60 strike. If you get taken out at $60, let's just say the stock hits $60, your deep in the money calls are worth $40 book value, plus at least $1 premium. So you're going to be ahead. What is that? $41. So you're going to be up $15 on your calls. That's $1,500 each. That's $7,500. You get to keep the 340 a share, which is $1,700 more dollars. That's almost 10 G's. That's not a bad move. It's pretty good. Yeah, that's that. I'd say that's right. And of course, what happens next? You're going to write new contracts now, because the stock's at 60. You're going to write 70s or 75s for a month or two or whatever. You probably bring in 5 for those. There's another $2,500 in profit. Now, if the stock goes to 75 at that point, you're up another $15 a contract, which is 7,500 gained again. Thank you very much, Uncle Bruce. Karen, you're figuring this out. You are figuring this out. And that's not making any assumptions that you might sell your $20 strikes and buy $40 strikes and probably go from 5 to 8 contracts, maybe 10 contracts, and write 10 calls at a time. And then the stock goes up again and you sell those 40s and buy 60s, and now you're at 20 contracts and you're writing 20 contracts at $5 or $6 or $7 premium per contract. Hello, welcome to the party, pal. JR, way to go, Karen. From JR. There you go. You're getting it, Karen. You're figuring it out. You guys are figuring this out. And days like today are buy days. Sometimes days like today are buyback contracts for lower prices and lower your strike price for another right to bring in cash. Sometimes days are made for days like today where you can buy deep in the money calls for a pretty good price. Hey, why not? We're going to look at all possibilities. That's what it's all about, kids. This writing of the option game is a forever strategy. It's not a one-off. It's a forever strategy. Welcome to the party, you kids. Isn't this a lot of fun? 827 on SoFi, down 33 cents. No accounting for taste. They want to sell it down here. Too bad. ME 170 is where it's at right now. This is near the low. The low is 169. Just like touched it. We're now at 170. That is the low of all time. And we are keeping an eye on that one. Over on other stocks, we got the market down 365 on the Dow Jones. We're down 39 on S&P. We're down 112 on NASDAQ. The Dow's off 1.08%, S&P down 0.93, NASDAQ down 0.82. So almost a percentage point across the board. JR, AI has been very good to me. And for those of you who want crazy premiums without the high-priced Tesla stocks, AI is the way to go. JR, neat. Karen, thanks. That's the call. I could have written more, but I didn't want to use too much margin. There you go. Right on, kids. Way to go. Matterport is off to 303, down 22 cents. NVIDIA's up $1. SoFi's down 35. Rocket Lab's up 18. GameStop's down 77. AI down 199 to 42.50. SmartRent is up 16.5. ATIP is up 58 to 11.11. Unity down $2. Tesla's up $2. Apple down 13 cents, Google down 99, Moderna down 365, Cisco down 47 cents, Pfizer down 48, IBM down $1.09, HPQ down 85, Microsoft down 5.90. ME right now 167, all-time low, being hit again. Amazon down 41, Spire down 2.5, Home Depot down 174, Cyxtera unchanged at Sorry, Sixtera. Hang on. No, that's not available. Sorry, I don't have Sixtera here. I have to put in a new quote. Pardon me. SMH down 218. Netflix up 4. Adobe down $11. Goldman down $8. Boeing down 670. Meta down $4. Target down 220, JP Morgan down 2, Costco down 460, Walmart down 89, Disney down 143, American Airlines down 31 cents. We got some stocks finally getting some profit taking coming in here after weeks of higher runs. That is the deal. These Tesla shares, folks, they're still up 190. And I know many of you have rolled and rolled and rolled, and some of you have rolled all the way to 300s and 280s and 270s and 260s. You will be rewarded. Just stick around. Stick around. Anyway, Kareem, Uncle Bruce, average rental rate in New York City for convention venues is about $170 an hour, but it varies with the type and the features, and that's what I have been thinking of as well. Homeskill, I was looking at selling ATIP cover calls. Maximum strike for any expiry date is only $7.50. Very strange. Still early on that redo. Neat emojis from the big E with a Z at the end and an easy. Splayer, how fast Canva can change the direction? Now it looks like it's going to go to 22 from 30. Scary stuff, man. Very scary stuff. Well, we shall see how all this plays out. We have reached the 2-hour mark of this show, and you guys have been, as always, a wonderful crowd to hang out with. I do appreciate it. We have got the thumbs up meter almost all the way to 200. We are at 186, 14 away from hitting the 200 thumbs up button. I think if we put a little of a knee emoji attack in there, maybe we can convince a few folks to go neat, and hit that thumbs up button for us. Maria's there with the knee emojis. Zeta State is there with the knee emojis. We have 189 thumbs ups here. If you've just come through here, we need 11 more on the thumbs up meter. I say neat. 190 have come in, 10 to go. Come on, you guys. DH Ruta's here with knee emojis. 193 on the thumbs up meter. Oh my goodness, thank you all. Richard Carlin, Larry Titus, Blair, Karen, neat. Here they come. 193 thumbs up, 7 to go, and we've got 200 thumbs ups. Oh, we need 4 more. Look at that. 196 in the house with the knee emojis dominating the chat right now. This is cool bean stuff. 197, 3 to go, baby. 3 more thumbs ups, and we've got 200 for the day. Kareem, thank you, my friend, for your participation. 198 down to 2 to go. TJ is here. JR, the other account gave you another thumbs up there. Dean is here. Neat. Thank you, Dean. Here we go. 198 down to 2 left. Splair. Neat. Fantastic, everybody. Welcome to the party, pals. There they are. 200 have hit the meter now. 200 thumbs ups, and the knee emojis just keep on coming from around the world. Thank you all for the Knights of Knee attack yet again. Folks, you got a lot to watch today. You've got a lot to keep an eye on, as will I. We'll keep an eye on things from here, and we'll keep you posted on the get-together for the Big Apple. We're very, very much looking forward to this. We're very excited. The trip begins late August, and we'll be in New York. 3rd week of October-ish. We'll keep you posted on exact timing and location, and we'll figure it all out. So, folks, thank you very, very much for if you're following this YouTuber. Have yourselves a great session today. Keep an eye on these markets and pick your spots. Those of you who have those GameStop contracts where you're still trying to do rollovers, you keep an eye on that. There might be opportunities there. Those of you who need to do rollovers on other stocks, you keep an eye on those trading levels. 263.37 on Tesla, up 280 a share. We'll watch that. We've got Smart Rent at 343, up 18. AI is not giving up much ground. Down $1.71. That's it. 42.78. It got to 42.08. It won't go any lower. It's just not going to do it. 13.5 million traded. It's not going lower. This is not going to fall off the face of the earth. Not at all. Could it go to 100 is the question. GameStop down 67 cents, 23.89. Rocket Lab up 16. SoFi 8.28. Nvidia's up $1.70, 4.28 right now. Matterport today touched 302 on 1.1 million. And we've got it now at 304.5. So it's up a tad from its low of the day. It has this habit of backing up and then bouncing back and then backing up and bouncing back. This could be it. We'll see how it runs. Google down 111, Cisco down 41, Pfizer down 44, Apple down $1, HBQ down 79, Microsoft down 632. There's some option relief money there. What else? 166.5 on ME, the low of the day, 166 on 1.29 million. Bargoons over there. We've got what else going on here? Oh my gosh, so much happening. Amazon down 64 cents. And we've got Spire down 2, AHD down 130. ATIP up $1.33 to 11.86. Divide that by 50. And where are we at here? $12 would be six. $12 would be. I'm trouble working this out. 60 cents. I'm having trouble working this out. 50 times dime is $5. 20 cents is $10. And so where are we at now? 22, coming up to 23 cents here. 24. What can I say? That's what it's doing. 52,000 shares times 50 for the pre-split. That's 2.5 million shares today trading. That's much higher than normal. Interesting. 11.60 a share, up $1.70 on ATIP. There you go. Definitely improving. Interesting. Okay. Thank you, everybody, so much. JJ, fireworks, Uncle Bruce. We need fireworks, man, dude. Neat, Blair. Yeah, from me as well. A great session to you all. Have a relaxed day, everybody. Home skillet, little run on ATIP. Christina, I still haven't sold my puts on SoFi. JR, what are some good strikes for covered calls on GameStop? Uncle Bruce, what do you think on GameStop? Can you write 25s? Can you write 26s? Can you write them all the way to January and bring in some premiums? Keep an eye. Zach, I am on 202 thumbs up. Splitter, 24, 23, 24 says Richard. That's what there are now. That's the highest level in quite some time on ATIP shares if we've been watching lately. Kind of weird, isn't it? What can I say? It's been a while. April's the last time we were higher than this in any meaningful way. We'll keep an eye on things there as usual. Really interesting, isn't it? Okay, everybody, thank you for being here today and your support and being members of the channel. We'll see you here tomorrow. Don't forget, tomorrow night, Wednesday, Primetime Live, 6 o'clock with Uncle Bruce. Have a great day, everybody. Make a ton of bucks, and thank you for the 203 thumbs ups and counting. Much appreciated. We'll catch you all later on. All the best. Bye for now.